show on a Sydney weekend. Come on, let's go.
Good day and welcome to the show. As you can see, I'm doing the hard yards for you guys again. Hitting some bittersweet insider knowledge that hasn't even hit the presses yet. But I can tell you one thing for sure, I am in orange. And this is thirsty work. Don't go away. Here's what's coming up on the rest of the show. Get them in there, boys. Tonight, you can put all your eggs in this basket.
Favourite breakfast in Sydney, eh? I'll just duck in here.
And spoil Mum this Mother's Day.
This deal has something for the whole family. And the view's not bad either.
Come on, let's go.
But first up, Darren. Thank God he's a country boy.
It's one thing heading out of the city for a weekend away, but it's a whole other kettle of fish staying there. That's exactly, though, what lots of people are doing. And if you want to know how to have that tree change, it's simple. You just do it.
Just like Bob did. He and his wife Angela and Boo Boo and Coco just picked up and left the city one day. They opened the beautiful Avoca House B&B just out of Wollombi in the south of the Hunter Valley.
You got yourself a big red tractor? You're living the dream, mate. The tree change here. Did you have any farming experience?
Had friends with family farms and that, did a bit of work on the farms, but there's a big difference between going there and actually being responsible for the land.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, it's a working farm. And on top of that, there is the gorgeous little B&B, set up in 2 wings. In one, there are a couple of bedrooms and 2 queen rooms and a twin in the other. So it's good for couples or families or groups. I say pretty much anyone who likes a great feed, actually.
Freshly squeezed juice, homemade Bircher muesli, a good coffee. I'm not sure if it's city or country. It's just foodie.
Everything is cosy and friendly. Although maybe some of the animals seem to be a little too friendly, especially when they, might end up on the menu.
We had a few steers and one was called T-bone, sirloin. And they did go off, which was a bit sad.
Look, you can try and toughen yourself up for the hard bits of farming till the cows come home. If the cows ever choose to come home, that is. But country living isn't all tractors and mud and recalcitrant animals. Wollombi is a pretty amazing little town to call home, especially when you welcome other city slickers here.
When guests come to stay at the B&B,
Yes.
what is it that you love to show off about this beautiful town?
Beautiful countryside, the history, the food, the wine, and the ambience. I mean, look at it. It's just fantastic.
It really is a special place, isn't it?
Very
I
special.
mean, is there anything that you miss about Sydney? The convenience of Sydney?
No, absolutely nothing.
No?
Nothing.
And that seems to go for everyone. Bob and Angela and Coco and Boo Boo. Yep, good traditional farming dogs. No, really, I've got to know the story here.
My daughter was going through the Paris Hilton phase and just thought it would be a nice little fashion accessory. And then she decided to go off overseas. So hence, Coco joined us on a tree change.
She's a wild mountain animal. She gets up in the bush and she has a great time.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, that's when she's not asleep on my pillow.
Mama Bob with the handbag dog. I love it.
Live the simple life in Wollombi, near Cessnock. Branch out with a tree change at Avoca House B&B Farm Stay. A 2-night weekend starts at $440. Call 4998 3233. Coming up, Shelby apples in orange. Right now I'm totally confused. days of my cricket career, I spent a lot of time in the old dart, you know, in England. And the countryside, well, it looked and felt a lot like this. Green, fresh, crisp, orange. And just outside of Orange in the state's Central West, inside this shed, an Aussie, James, is having a crack at a British classic. So it's got to be better, right?
I've had 3 bites of 3 different apples, and I can't express to you how different the tastes are. Like really, really amazing.
These are all cider apples. The cider apples have a different structure to the eating apples. And as a cider maker, I need that balance or that structure of acids and tannins and sugars to make a well-balanced cider. We'll go on to the next group and we'll taste a bittersweet. The bittersweet, what you'll get on first tasting the Dabinet is that almost sort of drying bitterness that you pick up when you have a really strong cup of tea. You know, if you have a really strong cup of tea, you get that sort of drying bitterness on the back
almost
of the palate.
Almost a tannin-y.
Yes, yeah.
Newsflash, a cider craze is sweeping the globe. It's just firing up in Australia, and business is cranking at small acres. So the old-fashioned methods have been abandoned, but they come out on occasions for old time's sake, like the Strata built in the 1800s. I'm just enthralled watching them go down. It mills the fruit, with a bit of help from David and yours truly, down into pulp, ready for pressing.
So now we've crushed up the apples or scratted the apples, we need to start building cheeses. So if you hand me one of those boards, Mike.
Jesus, aren't we making apple juice, apple cider?
We are, but...
So where does cheese come from? Now I'm totally confused.
All right, well let me show you. It's much easier if I show you. Yeah. So push it into the frame. A couple of scoops of crushed apple. We fold over the edges to create an envelope of crushed apple. And then we build ourselves another cheese.
Okay. And up it goes.
Just running out, man, everywhere.
Into place. And here it comes.
Hot off the press.
With a lot of elbow grease and then some. We're squeezing this cheese for all that it's worth.
That's it. No more.
And a hard-earned thirst needs a big, cold Australian cider.
We'll start first with the Somerset still. It's quite a dry cider. So this is a great cider to have with foods like slow roast pork or the nice mature cheddar cheese.
Now drop in and say good day to James and have a sample. And you'll find out, like I did, that it's getting as scientific as wine tasting. And this isn't the only cider I'm trying this weekend, because back out in Orange is Borrowdale, run by apple guru Borry. He's growing the most highly revered cider variety.
Kingston Black.
The old Kingston Black, eh? I reckon this is your secret ingredient to your apple cider. Can I eat them now?
Go for it, sir. Go for it.
Really juicy.
And that's just one out of his 170 different varieties of apples.
What about cider varieties on the property?
Well, we've been trialling them over the years. We've got about 40.
Yeah.
But we've settled down on about 3. Improved Foxwhelp. It's Plummy Toe. And Kingston Black.
Oh, I can run with that one.
And Somerset Red Streak.
Aren't they wonderful names?
They're beautiful. There's one I haven't got that I want, and it's called Slip My Girdle.
I've got to get into the apple biz.
And you can sleep amongst this pomfoolery in their new eco cottages. This one is called Somerset, after the apple, of course. Oh, and Borrowdale is a vineyard too, so they have their own wine. And they've been doing that for years. There's a cellar door to try it, but I reckon the restaurant is a pretty special place for a drop.
What about the view and a taste of some of Borry's premium wine or cider? I've got to say, Borry, you've got a pretty sweet life here, mate, haven't you? I'm not going to say bittersweet. We'll keep that for the cider. But you've got a sweet life.
You are my sweetheart. No, it's sunshine. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy.
It's usually me singing.
Sorry.
Things are getting fruity in Orange. Get to the core of the matter at Borrowdale. 2 nights in a cider suite will set you back $530. Book in on 6365 3425. While you're there, make a pit stop at Small Acres Cider in Boranor. The cellar door is open every weekend, so give them a bell on 6365 2286. Coming up, Mel's hitting the road.
Thank you.
And Erica's got Mum's Prezi all sorted.
How about a hot deal in the city that gives time out for the whole family?
When it comes to cars, there are a couple of certainties. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. On a rainy day, 5 minutes before you have to be somewhere. On holiday, all three at once. When you do come unstuck on the road, there are some obvious options. Stop! Help! But if they don't help, a phone call for some roadside assistance definitely will. Oh, you're on the way? Oh, fantastic. We've teamed up with the NRMA to make sure you're safe on the road when you're on a Sydney weekender. Lucky for me, it's just a puncture.
Hi Mel, my name's Robert. How you going?
Good. Oh, well.
Not good.
Better now you're here. And also lucky for me, the spare tyre is in great condition.
We're just going to loosen off the wheel nuts before we put the jack underneath it.
And of course, you can't prevent a puncture. But if you want to ensure against other problems on the road, you should always do a pre-travel car check. And the crew at NRMA Motorserve can help you with that. This is obviously an older car. What do we need to check here?
There are a few things you can check yourself, such as
water and oil, of course, and coolant.
it also has an indicator of a minimum and a maximum level there.
Okay.
You should always ensure that there's water in there because this can cause overheating of your vehicle.
You'll need a friend to help you check your lights. Brakes?
Oh, you got a left brake light out, Mel.
Well, just as well I came here and had it looked at.
You're right.
And don't forget the really small things. They can cause the biggest problems.
Things such as your wiper blades need checking too. All you do is lift it up, simply check for little cracks. They perish in the sun.
Next, tyre pressure. There's a panel, usually inside the driver's door, that tells you what they should be. Eugene, it took me a while to realise there's a bit of useful information in there.
Yeah, there's your tyre pressure for your front and for your rear.
As Eugene said, many things you can check yourself. But if you want a mechanic to give your car a total medical, book in for a 40-point vehicle check at any Motorserve centre. Easy. The brake light's fixed and this car's ready to get back to on-road adventures. And happy to say, my SsangYong's just about ready for action too. In real time, it took Roberts 5 minutes to change my wheel. And though I'm sure I could do it myself, It's a girly thing to say, but why would I when I can just call you
Exactly,
guys?
just call us guys. Or would you
Sounds
want to do
great.
it?
Thanks so much.
No worries, you're welcome.
What a lovely man. But I hope I don't have to call on him again too soon. Thank you. Oh no. Robert! 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 My keys! Oh.
Before you hit the highway, sign up for NRMA Roadside Assistance. The first 200 Sydney Weekender viewers to join get 6 months for just $60. Call now on 13 11 22 or log on to mynrma.com.au.
Looking for an apartment in the city for the whole family without breaking the bank? Well, tomorrow's Mother's Day and Key West Suite Sydney in the Rocks know exactly what women want. Stay in a one-bedroom apartment with brekkie and kids eat free. Plus, there are gift packs for the kiddie winks, so Mum, you can put your feet up. All this is $299 or upgrade to the two-bedroom Harbourview apartment for $200 extra. Be one of the first 100 viewers to call 13 15 15. Now that's a hot deal expressed to you.
Haven't we learned a lot about apples and apple cider? Small acres, fantastic place, 500 trees. Had a bit of a go on their scatter mill and the press. Tried some of their bittersweet cider. Oof. And what about this place, Borry's? Borrowdale on the Mount. Look, you want to know anything about apples, Borry is dead set, the guru, and his Kingston Blacks are the perfect cider apple. But with 170 varieties, I found a few that are perfect for eating. And after the break, you guys will be eating out as well. Coming up, Sally's at the top of the pecking order.
These new generation eateries are ruffling a few feathers. Sorry. Ducking out for breakfast, I don't have time to muck around. Favourite breakfast in Sydney, eh? I'll just duck in here. Yes, this is 3 Blue Ducks in Bronte. And they know brekkie. And with carefully sourced produce on the plates here, plus a hugely loyal following who obviously love it, clearly they've got all their ducks in a row.
We're very lucky. We have the best bread in Sydney, and we use the organic eggs from Bob.
What about duck? Do you even serve it here?
We're not serving duck at the moment. We found it really difficult to find a free-range duck or an organic duck that was coming into a price point. I asked Matt if he could help me to find an organic duck, and that came in at about $120 a duck. So we said...
Pricey breakfast.
Pricey breakfast.
Okay, skip the duck and just go for some toast. This is avocado toast with herb salad and oven-roasted tomatoes. Then there's the perfectly poached eggs, spinach, hollandaise sauce and ocean trout. Or baked eggs with chorizo, capsicum, salsa and cannellini beans. For something lighter, the house-made bircher muesli comes with yogurt, pear and apple. Or sauce it up with the bacon and organic egg roll with pimento salsa and hollandaise sauce. This one, though, is really putting bums on seats around breakfast time. Scrambled eggs with black sausage, dill, cucumber yogurt salad and red currant jam. Now, brekkie here is until about 11:30, but keep in mind this place is hugely popular. And you know what they say about Three Blue Ducks? The early bird gets the scrambled eggs and the black sausage and the red currant jam. Yum!
Three Blue Ducks is definitely worth a sticky beat. It's in Bronny and they're open Tuesday to Sunday.
From three famous ducks to a famous duck salad, all I can say is Sydney dining lately has really gone to the birds. Look, I don't want to ruffle your feathers, but the Peacock Trattoria is worth more than just a flying visit here in Kyle Bay in the south of Sydney. The vibe is relaxed, the crowd is settled in, and as for that duck salad, well, it's all full of hazelnuts, nectarines, watercress and whitloff. But there's plenty more feathers to this peacock. How about prawn panzanella in a parmesan custard served with celery, avocado and vine tomatoes? Or baked figs wrapped in serrano ham with gorgonzola cheese and topped with radicchio and walnut. The seared scallops on sweet corn and basil puree come with green asparagus and caper burnt butter and herb breadcrumb topping. Leave room for dessert. The peach melba is out of this world. It's all about peach jelly and Prosecco topped with poached peaches, rhubarb, raspberries and white chocolate ice cream. But according to owner James, there is one dish that is really flying out the door. Oh, so this is the famous duck salad.
Yeah, this is the one dish that's really just taken off in the restaurant that everyone knows to come here for. It's just like, I've never had a dish that controlled the restaurant like this, so it's quite a unique little dish.
Instead of choosing what you want to eat, why not take the Trust the Chef option? 5 courses for an amazing price. And I bet you'll get the food that's most in season and therefore most delicious. I really hope it's duck salad season. Duck salad, duck salad. Score!
Shake your tail feather at Peacock Trattoria. It's in Kyle Bay and Mainstone at $21. And you can flock here too because I'm giving away a meal for 2 at Peacock Trattoria and 3 Blue Ducks. Call 1902 557708 and good luck. Anything you've seen on tonight's show for the most comprehensive what's on about old Sydney town, thanks to our friends at Destination New South Wales. Check out the Wits website at visitnsw.com. Ford. She'll be apples in orange, Sydney weekender. Now, whether you like it or not, the cider revolution is circling the earth as we speak, and it's on its way to Australia. So we're saying this: drink Aussie apple cider. This stuff was invented in England. Let's take them down like we have in the cricket and the rugby league and drink Australian cider. Viva la cider revolution! Well, that's actually France. What I'm trying to say is Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. Come on, Aussie, come on. Hope you've enjoyed the show. I'll see you real soon on another Sydney Weekend. Ha! Ha! From all of us here at Sydney Weekender, happy Mother's Day. We hope you have a fantastic day tomorrow and that your kids absolutely spoil you. And to my mum Beryl, here's a sneak peek at your prezi.
That's a freckle. That's a freckle. That's a good. They're all good freckles, but no, that's a freckle.
It's sweet, but not as sweet as you. Love you, Mum. And thanks to SsangYong Motors, keeping me and Sydney Weekender on the move.